welcome to this video. Today I'm gonna share with you how to use blocks in our yoga practice, what poses we can use blocks in, and what kind of support they can give us. If you are new here, my name is Maria and I share yoga, meditation and breathing practices to help you feel better and heal from within. The first thing I really want to mention when it comes to the blocks, when it comes to bolsters or any support that we use in yoga, is that it is not only for beginners. Blocks are not only for beginners, they are very supportive and they can really help us with better alignment. It's so much better to use a block and, for example, keep your back straight in a certain pose than not use a block and keep your back rolled and without alignment, right? So blocks are not only for beginners, blocks are for everyone. And they're really amazing, and especially if you are just beginning, have patience for yourself and be open to use different support just to make your body feel better. Today we've got a beautiful spring morning, and first we're just going to start with seated poses where we can use blocks. So first we can just use the block to sit on it, right? It's really amazing. Just place it this way and then sit with your glutes on the block, right? So your sit bones are on the block, both of them. And then open your knees a little bit wider, so the block actually helps to elevate your pelvis and helps also to keep your back straight. So very often when we are sitting, if your hips are very tight, if your thighs, your quads are very tight, very often we sit like this, yeah? We are rolling our back too much and the knees are going up. And then with the help of a block, we can actually elevate the pelvis and we are making more space here in the hips, so the knees can open a little bit more and the legs can go a little bit lower, and then the back, it's easier for the back to stay straight. This is an amazing pose, easy pose, Sukhasana, for meditation, for any breathing practices, and for starting and ending our class. So here, when you are sitting, we can also do some twists, right? So this also helps you to keep your pelvis elevated and keeps your back straight. And then we can go to a gentle twist. You can even use a second block if you need some more support. And then the other side. And actually we can use the block for many seated poses, like for example forward fold. If your hamstrings are very tight, here you will feel a little bit even deeper stretch on your hamstrings, on your calves, and then you can start gently and slowly moving down. Wherever you are, always try to keep your lower back straight and then folding from the space of your hips and going a little bit lower. And then forward fold with one of your legs bent. Here you can use a second block to just support your knee. If your knee is not reaching to the floor, you can just use it here and then slowly folding forward on both sides. Another seated pose where we can use a block is wide-legged forward fold. So again, if your hips are very tight, it will also help you. You can always start with your knees gently bent and then start folding forward. Or you can go all the way down here. And then gently up We can also use it for a butterfly pose. With the feet together, knees open, and just moving the knees up and down. Probably if you are sitting on a block, your knees might be a little bit higher, of course, but then it helps you to open them a little bit more with the natural force of gravity. You can just go a little bit deeper, help yourself to open with the elbows, and then go slowly lower and lower. Remember to breathe in every pose. Breathing is always the most important. And now I will also show you forward fold with the block in the front, right? So we can use the block this way, which is like the lowest. And then we can use the block this way, and then this way, yeah? So this is the most support, especially in the standing poses. We might be using this because it gives us a little bit more height. For seated poses, we just use it this way. And it really doesn't matter what brand you choose. All the blocks are pretty similar, you know. If you really want to invest in some better and high quality brand, amazing. But if you don't have enough money to invest, like these blocks are pretty cheap, so wherever you find a block, it is really helpful. So another way to use the block in the forward fold is by supporting your forehead. So we can start by reaching forward, and then placing your forehead on the block here. Maybe if you can go lower, you can use it this way as well, yeah? But we can start like that, and then reaching forward. And this gives you so much more support, so there is no tension in your upper back, in your neck, your head, your neck can rest, and then you can keep slowly reaching. Then you can change it. If you feel like you can go a little bit lower, feel free to go lower. And here we can also use two blocks. If you feel like you can't reach, you can place one block this way, the other block this way, and then it should be easier for you to reach, right? Whichever way you choose, remember to breathe deeply. And remember that these are all active stretches, so block is supporting you, is helping you to be in a little bit more restful pose, but we are still trying to go deeper. We are still trying to make some progress and stretch a little bit deeper. All right, now we will move to our cobra pose or upward facing dog. So now we can use two blocks, just lying like this. Place your hands on the blocks. And then when you go to cobra, remember to keep your elbows close to you and then open, open, open. So you've got a little bit more support here, which is helping you to keep a little bit more space from the front. Beautiful. You can keep your blocks like this, and then when you go to a puppy pose with your elbows bent, so keep your elbows on the blocks, and then reaching your forehead closer and closer to the mat. So this way you will feel a deeper stretch in your tricep muscles, because we can go a little bit lower, which we actually are not able to do without the blocks. So this helps us to go a little bit deeper into these triceps muscles. Lovely. And then before we go to standing, we can also use the blocks for our downward dog, right? So hands are here. You can use the blocks here on your hands as well in downward dog. You can use the blocks here in downward dog, or you can lift your hips high. And if you feel like your heels are really not touching the floor, you can rest your heels on the block. And then stretching the whole front of the body, stretching your legs as well, and just having a little bit more support from the back. And then slowly go down. And now we can also use 2 of the blocks. Remember that if you don't have blocks yet, you can always use some books, yeah? Like a stack of books. Just place like 3 books together or 2 books together. So this will give you some support. When we go to half split, one leg is straight in the front, the other one is bent. And very often, if you are not very flexible yet, it's hard for you to touch the floor, right? You might find it hard, you might start rolling your back. We want to keep our back straight and start folding from the belly. And then it's really good to use the blocks. Maybe this way, this is the highest, or this way, right? And then it's just so much easier because you've got a little bit more support for your balance as well. So you can start going lower with your chest, going lower always fast with your belly and then with your chest. Remember to keep engaging your foot here, so you're stretching your calf, your hamstring, and just resting here. Without no tension in the upper body, in your neck. And then we can also walk the blocks here when we go to a low lunge. If it's hard for you to reach the floor, you can also use blocks here. And then you can create more space from the front, from your chest. It's really beautiful. It's really, really helpful. And one more pose before we go to standing is a lizard pose. So for a lizard pose, you can just start here with your hands on one block and then opening your right hip and then stretching your left quadricep. Or if you want to go deeper, you can try to go on your elbows. Just try not to roll your back. Stay here and breathe. For some of us, it might still be uncomfortable to be here. So it's better to use even 2 blocks if you want to, or a bolster, or like a big pillow. And this will give you even more support. And then staying in this beautiful deep stretch. Alright, and now we're moving to standing poses. So right from here, we can move to a pyramid pose. So straightening both of your legs, moving the left leg a little bit closer. Both of the hips are squared. And then for a lot of us, it's also hard to reach, yeah? We start bending the knee, we start rolling the back too much. Instead, you can keep your back straight, you can keep your legs straight, and then support yourself with the blocks. So this way, you can go even deeper because you've got this balance, so the blocks are helping you to balance. You can place them this way as well. And then starting to go a little bit lower with every breath in and every breath out. And now from here, we move to a forward fold. So both of the feet are together or close to each other. And again, this is the pose where a lot of people start rolling the back too much, trying to reach towards the toes. But here, the most important is not actually touching your toes. Try to keep your lower back straight again, and then reaching lower with your belly, going a little bit lower. And then again, we can use the block here. We can use the block even this way, right? At first, you can keep your knees gently bent. Exhale when you straighten them. And when you start going down, this will also help you with keeping the balance. Or you can keep it this way, or even this way, yeah? So this way your hands are not somewhere in the air, but are supported and grounded. And then you can go lower and lower. And from here, two more standing poses. So first one will be our wide-legged forward fold. So for this, we just need one block, right? If it's hard for you to reach here, if you keep rolling your back, the block will really help you. Whichever way you place it is fine. Maybe you can even go lower and try to reach with your forehead towards the block. And now you've got so much more support, and you can go lower and lower. This is a beautiful stretch for both of the legs, for the hips as well, and for your back. So just rest here, wherever you are. Always keep breathing deeply. And then slowly inhale up. And from here we go straight to a triangle pose. Really amazing to use a block in the triangle pose. So just moving your legs a little bit closer to each other. One of them is facing forward, the other one to the front or the back of the mat. And then we use the block. So first we start reaching forward towards the side, and then gentle twist. One arm is reaching up, the other arm is reaching down. So here we can of course place the hand on the shin, on the ankle, but maybe to keep our alignment better, we can use the block. So this is the first way how we can use the block here. We can place it this way as well, and then stay, right? Beautiful, beautiful. Remember, try not to put all the weight here on the block. Also keep engaging this back leg, it's really important. And then reaching up. So there is balance between both of the sides. Inhale, reaching. We can also do it on the other side. So just changing the legs, twisting one foot, opening the other, and then the other hand is resting on the block, whichever way is comfortable for you, and reaching up to the sky, opening up, opening. Beautiful triangle, stretching our side body, opening the chest as well. Deep inhale, full exhale. If you feel comfortable with the block, you can start bending the elbow, and then finally you can release it. Place the hand on your ankle or on the floor and keep reaching. And then coming up and down. And last pose that I want to share with you today with the blocks is Malasana. So for Malasana, we can use the blocks to support our heels. Yeah, sometimes it's hard for us to stay on the feet, on the soles of the feet, so we can use them here to support the heels a little bit. And from here, you can open the knees a little bit more with the help of your elbows. And just breathing here. Remember, try to keep your back straight, not rolling the back. You can go even higher here, of course, when you are just starting. And just staying here and breathing. And whenever you feel comfortable later, releasing the blocks and opening even more. All right, so these are some poses I wanted to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed, and of course there are so many other poses where we can use blocks in. There's actually most of our yoga poses we can use blocks, we can use the support of the blocks, and I really invite you to try, like, especially if you are a beginner, these will help you a lot. Don't be afraid to use them. Even if you are a more advanced practitioner, they will support you a lot as well. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for connecting. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video, if it helped you in any way. I really, really appreciate it. Namaste.